How messy does the table look? Not that bad. Hey there, how's it going? I personally am a bag of mix because it's been hot as balls outside, and with the mask on, my face, my mouth becomes just like a condensator, and the mask is just full of wet. Cool. I'm never going to make it through the summer. So we've been in this pandemic for a while now, and my life in some weird way has actually considerably improved. I don't eat out as much, I sleep more than I have since I was probably a child, and I've even managed to fit in some exercise. So it got me thinking about what life might be like when we go back to normal. Is it even possible to maintain a healthy lifestyle if we're going back to our normal shitty work hours? Okay, so here's a quick breakdown of what a day could be like. We got 8 hours of sleep, which is recommended. 30 minutes of exercise a day, which is also recommended. We got 1 hour of feeding the dog and walkies, which is a minimum. And let's say, by some miracle, that you only need 20 minutes to cook and eat all your meals. So that would be an hour. Okay, so that's 10 and a half hours of basic staying alive stuff. And now let's look at work. I would say the earliest I have ever gotten off work when I was ever an employee was 6 p.m. And that is like, that was a really quiet day and the quietest time ever. So let's say, for example's sake, work day is 9 to 6, which is 9 hours at work on a good day. I mean, on bad days, I've been in the office for more than like 17 hours. And that's not including event days where you could be there for 23 hours, sleep for an hour, and then keep going. My commute in the morning during rush hour would roughly be 2 hours each way, door to door. So that's an additional 13 hours to the total. And if you look at these numbers, you can see why I might have an issue. 23 and a half hours out of a day. I have half an hour left out of the day. When do I do anything? Can I do laundry? If I need to go get food to cook in the 20 minutes I have to make and inhale the food? And I also have to feed Hamilton and or water any of the over 100 plants I got during quarantine. I haven't even included any time to get dressed or go to the toilet, to just sit and do nothing. Brushing your teeth has to go somewhere in there. Showering, trying not to be a disgusting human so I can be around other humans. How am I supposed to do this? How? If anything at all takes longer than expected, I've run out of time. You wanna go sit down for dinner? Go fuck yourself. You need an appointment for something that hurts in your body? Dying would probably just be easier. You wanna have fun? Just jump out the nearest window. So I think there needs to be some compromises. Alright, so where would I be able to make up some time? Oh, Elaine, why don't you do some work on the commute? I do this already when it's busy, but it never shortens the workday. Normally I have to work on the bus because everything is slammed already. And I have to work on the way to work just to keep up with everything. It also doesn't take away from the fact that I am still taking the time to commute. So how productive do you think I'm gonna be if I'm standing on the bus or if I need to change buses? Not exactly what I would call an efficient use of my time. You ever had to balance a laptop on your arm while you type with your other arm while standing on a bus? I have. I tried. It's hard. Okay, why don't I try to do something fun on the bus? I like making things in my spare time. You try to do that on the bus. All I can think would be decent to do on the bus would be like origami or knitting. And knitting poses some risks of being stabbed in the eye if you fall asleep or you get in a car crash. And also I don't knit. I also save some time by putting on my makeup on the bus. But there is a small unfortunate proportion of the population who sees me before the makeup on the way to the bus, and they probably think, not every day you see a walking corpse. Scaring the public in the morning is just the price I have to pay to save some time. But Elaine, you could do some side work while you're at actual work. First of all, that's sort of a dick move because someone paid you to do your job. And honestly, I've never had a job that you could have spare time. You barely have time to go to the toilet. I've literally been on the toilet messaging and emailing people because the people just never stop contacting you. I mean, if your job is super underwhelming and you finish by lunchtime and somehow nobody assigned you anything to do afterwards, well, fucking good for you. I've never had a job like that. In fact, I've never had a job where I thought, ooh, I definitely have enough time in the day for this. Most days, I'm there for like 12 hours on like a normal day. Getting off work at 6 is a goddamn luxury. Depending on how deep into rush hour I leave work, that 2-hour trip could take even longer to get home. I've definitely been on the bus where I've been there for 3 to 4 hours, chugging my way back to my house. So if I can't cut out work, then I have to cut out essential things, like exercise, which I have routinely done when things have gotten busy. Or I can cut out sleep, which I have also done a lot when it's busy. But both of these things are supposed to be important for staying decently alive. I have also cut out food on occasion. Didn't get to eat anything until nighttime because it was just so freaking packed during the day. Tell me, how the fuck are you supposed to do this? Is this why everyone lives for the weekend? But honestly, you really only have Saturday to rest because Sunday you're just thinking about all the shit you gotta do on Monday. Such a bullshit life. Who said this was okay? How did we get to this normal? What is the point of working all day just so you can pay for the house that you never spend any time in to afford the house that you never spend any time in? That seems ridiculous. With the whole pandemic thing, I really think companies are realizing that they don't need everyone in the same space, especially if you know they're like breathing on each other. Obviously, some activities are more efficient in person, but most likely 9 out of 10 of those in-person activities could have just been an email. I don't know, man. I'm just having a bit of a rant, because although the pandemic has not been great for most people, there are some aspects of my life that have definitely improved. And maybe it's a good reset that's telling me my life was a piece of shit before and was probably gonna kill me by the time I was 40. But am I even able to work in this industry without it being a horrendous lifestyle? I have not met anyone who's figured that out, but I will keep trying. It's time for a career switch. Hey, YouTube. I mean, if you have any suggestions, please put it in the comments, because I am completely at a loss as to how to do this if we ever go back to normal. Let me know if you thought the pre-pandemic life wasn't all it was cracked up to be anyway. And there are definitely some things that we could do away with when we go back to normal. Not saying I wouldn't love to travel a little bit, or for work not to be so intimately tied with not spreading COVID around, but some things from before definitely could use some improving. Anyway, if you share any of the sentiments that I have about trying to do all the stuff you're supposed to do as an adult, bitch slap that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, that's probably because the content on this channel is random as fuck. But thanks for hanging out with my stupid face. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye! Squeaky chair!